Hello, 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 hello. How's that? How's that for music level? Hopefully that's good. I am back for another week. Here we are. And my mic is on. So today I'll be animating again, but first I wanted to show just a little progress that has happened over the weekend, and I think since my last stream in general. I think on the last stream I was lighting and comping this shot, if I remember correctly, and that shot has now been rendered, so this is what it came out like. And I also finished animation and rendering on these two shots here as well. And yeah, I'm happy with how the renders came out. So I just thought I would share those. And this shot got animated as well, which was, I think maybe I already showed that one. It was mostly just mocap animation. And I've animated another shot as well, but I kind of want to keep that one a surprise. So that's kind of the progress. The time has come that I can now notch up my little progress bar here. So let's see. Bring that over here. And let me just do this. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, what's 3? I think that's around 3. I'm not sure if that's exactly right, but it's close. That's 3 new shots in the bag, so that's nice. I'm on whichever one of these is. Okay. Boop. Yay. So yeah, progress is happening. 3 new shots are done. And a few streams ago, I was animating these 2 shots, which are both kind of laid out, but not animated. And I was running into some major rig problems. I got in touch with the person who makes the rigging add-on that I use in Blender called AutoRig Pro. And it turns out that it wasn't actually user error. It was, I was doing things correctly, but there were some issues with the add-on, and I couldn't use the snapping. The IKFK snapping. Well, the kind developer of that add-on issued me a patch immediately, which was really cool, and now it works. So I can do IKFK snapping, and I can continue animating this shot fairly painlessly. Yeah, having IKFK snapping will be really useful in this shot because the idea is these 2 characters kind of, well, let me go back over here. They're doing their little windsurfing fun stuff, and then the ship comes and kind of like hits this updraft, which stalls it. And then our characters kind of have this collision with the back lawn of the ship. And this breaks their surfboards, which aren't in the shot yet, but this breaks their surfboards and they need new surfboards. This kicks off the episode. And so yeah, now that the rigging add-on is fixed and I can do my IKFK snapping, it'll be a lot easier to animate this shot, because the gist of it is, for the tumbling part, I want to have their limbs in FK. It'll make it a lot easier to animate that way. But then I want to switch to IK when they sit up, because that'll be much easier that way. So that's the plan. Today I will continue animating this shot finally. I've been kind of dreading it a little bit because it's going to be one of the more complex animation shots. Um, and in fact, you know what I just remembered is I actually downloaded a Mixamo clip of a tumbling character that might come in handy. So I might mess with that for a bit. Yeah, maybe I'll start with that and see if I can use that, because that would help add to it. And if not, I'll just kind of do probably a pretty quick and sloppy animation. We'll see. So let's see. So I'll get into object mode and we'll import an FBX. And I think those are here. Ooh, I have 3 tumbles. 4 tumbles. Awesome. Well, I'll bring all 4 of them in and we can take a look. I'm so glad I remembered this. Okay, I think we can leave all the settings the same and we'll just import these. Here's all of our tumbling characters. They're all happening at frame 0, so I'll grab all these. By the way, there's some weird, you might see some weird clicking and double clicking and stuff. This is because I'm using my old Wacom tablet today. My thumb has been acting up and giving me some pain, so I'm trying to avoid the mouse for a few days. See how that goes. So yeah, if the mouse seems weird, that's why. It's kind of hard for me to do precision stuff with the pen. Okay, got all of our falling people here. Let's isolate them and take a look. Okay, so this one I was thinking I would just use this last part. I since kind of decided it would be better to have character Endi on their side, but I could change that. Oh. So then this one where the character just magically sits up. That doesn't seem real. I mean, it could work for amp in the background there. That's basically all I was going to have amp do, is tumble and sit up. It doesn't seem very natural though. I kind of like this idea of amp landing on their belly. It doesn't have to be the back and then sitting up forward. And then that's one less thing I have to do. So yeah, I think I'll use either this one or the other one for amp there, and amp will be on their belly, and then I can blend in more animation from there and use IK hands and have amp kind of push themselves up and mess with the surfboard, which is the idea of the shot. Okay, so that one's armature 3. Let me take another look at this one here. This one. I think the first one is the best. This one kind of slides in a weird way. Okay, so that's the one I'll use. And then probably with Endi, the blue one in the foreground here, I will either just use a little tiny tumbling bit to help, or I will just do it all manually. See how I feel after amp is done. Yeah, okay. Save this. It's just, I think, one pose, but might as well save it in case I change my mind. So put that little guy there and then clear that out. So yeah, this remapper retargeter thing from AutoRig Pro makes it very easy to apply Mixamo animations to the armatures. You just import your preset. In this case, I think I'd like to use IK arms and legs if possible, because I would be just switching to that anyway, so. That does all fine, that does all fine, okay. Do have to set the character back in the rest pose, because what we have to do is we have to match the two together. Usually I've just been doing the arms and legs and spine and head, but because these two are facing the opposite direction, I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. Just to double check that I've got the correct arms. Yep. Okay. Screw it, let's do them all. I think it takes a minute, but I guess we'll be most likely to get all the fingers and feet orientations as good as possible. Yeah, this is way slower. That's why I don't usually do it this way. There it goes. Okay. So now that we've done that, this ensures that the animation actually looks the same on AMP once I copy it over. And now that that's done, I can just hit the retarget button. Hey, Dr. QWERTY is here. Hello. So good to see you. It has been a while. How have you been? Well, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, you know, I think the IK arms don't work so well. definitely going to need some adjustments. But yeah, I guess I'll try FK. So let's undo that. Yeah, I've been super busy. It's super annoying. It happens. Just work stuff, huh? Let's try FK arms and FK legs and see if that looks any better. Yep. Oh, sorry to hear that. Is it getting better now? Or are you just kind of like on a little break? Whoa, look at that. It's crazy. Okay, so yeah, I think this will work. I'll have to spend a little bit of time cleaning it up, but it'll still be a lot faster than trying to animate it, I think. Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. I don't know, but for sure I'll be busy tomorrow. How's the project going? The project's going well. It's going slowly. I can show you some progress if you'd like to see. Oops. Hit the wrong button. I'm using a tablet today because my hand hurts. So I'm not clicking very accurately. But yeah, speaking of having to be busy with work, I'm been busy on this, but it's just taking so long. I think I might have to, I don't know if I'm gonna make it by the time I run out of money. I might have to take some freelance work before I finish this episode. But yeah, anyways, the progress is, I've got a few new shots rendered. So this is when they walk into the forest and they're talking. And then there's a few more shots that are animated but not rendered, like this one. And the opening shot, which I don't know, you might not have seen this. It's been a while. So this will be the intro shot of the episode. All this is all animated, except this. So in these two shots here, we're just kind of in like a layout. And I think I'm gonna get rid of that flip there. I think it's too much, but yeah. So that's what I'm working on today, is animating this shot. Cool, thanks. So yeah, I have to decide whether or not I want to take the time to animate these characters tumbling or use this mocap and clean it up and fix it up, which might take just as long because I'm not planning on doing like super perfect, amazing animation. But yeah, there's definitely some weird issues going on here, so it will require a fair amount of cleanup. I think what I should do is look at it in context and then decide. I still can't decide. I think I'm tempted to not use it, but what I'm also tempted to do is, since I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna have to animate Endi anyway, I think I should animate Endi first and see how long that takes. And if it takes, you know, way too long and is really difficult, then I'll use this mocap for amp. And if it's fairly easy, then I will not. So that's my plan. So for now, I think I'll just hide amp. And I'll hide these extra armatures. Yeah, so Endi, I started using this outliner filter since last time I saw you, Dr. Qwerty, and it's changing my life. One wonderful thing I discovered, which was totally new to me, is that when you're in pose mode, you can hit these little dots and switch between armatures. And you can even control click for multiple armatures at once. Wonderful. Yeah, ooh, right? Okay, so previously the plan was Endi rolls in FK arms and FK legs, because that's just going to be way easier to animate a body rolling with. And then switching to IK once Endi comes to a pause here. Endi I got to work pretty well. The only issue was that the feet were changing size with these controllers. And I talked to the add-on developer, and he said that, yeah, it's not really designed to do that. You're supposed to just switch from across one frame. So that's what I'll do. have to do is find it. Am I missing something here? Well, there's another way to do this. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay. There we go. Maybe? No? Okay, well anyway, 1049 is FK. 1050 IK. And the arms seem to blend okay without any issues, so I'll just go ahead and keep them the way they are. Tell you what does get really weird is if you're switching between IK and FK, the timeline gets super weird. There's like things moving and you can't see the keys in the graph editor. Like this rotation, for instance. Hmm. So weird, man. There it is. All right. Hey, hey, hey. All right, I would say that's good enough. Okay. So now we have like kind of a clean place to start from. So yeah, we will tumble in FK limbs. And then switch to IK and set up from there. There's one other correction I need to make in how I set this up, however, which is I need to switch my arm. My arms need to be switched so they don't keep their rotation free like that. And that's going to affect the end pose, but I should be able to snap it from the IK. So this will just make it easier. While Endi's tumbling, the arms and legs will all stay together. I usually work the other way, but I'm usually not animating characters tumbling around. So let's see if I can do this without brain damage. Let's see. So these three, I want to copy these FK keyframes. Over here. Now I can go back and I can switch back to IK again. So now I have my same pose. And now I'm using my FK arm locked instead of free. So I'll do the same thing with the other arm real quick. So you'll go here. Switch this to FK, snap to FK I should say. Oh, but first, arm lock set to 1. Has to be set to 1 here as well, so that it snaps the correct way. So now snap to FK. Is it me or is this track like way louder than the rest of them? Alright, anyways, where was I? Okay, so copying these keys. Go over here, paste them. So now we have our locked arm, correct pose. Oops, I'm on the wrong frame. Go! I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay. All right. Locked arm, correct pose. Now switch back to IK here. And we're good to go. So once again, correct arm pose, FK, locked. Now we're in IK. And yes. So the upside of this whole setup here is that I could, for instance, take all of these keys. I could take this whole pose to start with. And just exclude the main body controller, which would be the root here. Just double check that I have everything highlighted. Grab this whole pose, copy it over here. See? Perfect. Yeah, let's try that again. See, I was getting too cocky. All right. Anyways, let's try doing the more like nitpicky way. Just the controllers that I'm going to use here. Whoa. Okay, let's try that. Oh, let us dance. Hello. True ASMR stream. Good to see you. Oh, I'm so happy you two are in here at the same time. Let Us Dance and Dr. Cordy. I think you two are the first two people that have really like ever like watched my streams. I can't remember which of you was first, but yeah, I know it was the two of you originally. So Dr. Cordy, let us dance. Let us dance, Dr. Cordy. Okay, yeah, and actually I was right the first time. I just hadn't rotated my body here. You were 10 days earlier. Oh, okay. I don't know how you get this information, but I'll take your word for it. Well, anyway, not that it's a contest, but I appreciate you both very much, and you two are the OGs. A couple of the OGs here. Oh, I can see. Okay. That's good to know. Okay. Yeah, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Got some people joining in. It's nice. Yeah, and it was great to see you on your stream for the first time the other night. That was really cool. And I appreciate all the nice things you said and support for the project. So I think the other thing I'm gonna do. Oh, and you were drinking. Well, honestly, I wouldn't have known if you hadn't said so. Okay. I'm gonna use a locked head as well, which I don't usually do. Just to further simplify this entire process. And now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can turn, yep, I can turn the whole character and everything follows. So this will make animating a tumble really easy. I mean, I've basically already done it. Lovely to see me in the chat. Yes, it was lovely to be there. It was cool. And it was cool to see Team Fortress 2 in action. Oh, yeah, and I was going to say, like, if you do decide to do another art stream or animation stream, I would be interested to see how you do, like, mocap cleanup, because on this project is kind of the first time I've ever done it, and I have no idea. Like, if there's any tricks, I don't know them. I'm just kind of guessing my way through it. Like, for instance, with AMP here, I don't know if you were already in here when I was talking about it, but I don't know if you saw AMP. I have this mocap clip of AMP, which I'll need to do some editing to, and I haven't decided whether or not it's more work just to clean up this clip to make it what I want, or animate it. So I'm kind of using Endi here as like a what's a word, like case study to decide. Interesting. I think I can delete all these keys. Yeah, they're ignorable. They're just those weird normalized keys that get all wacky. They look like something, but they're not. It's just the normalize makes them look big. Okay. So first I'm gonna kind of like put my trajectory in here, which is currently a little weirdly curved, so I'm gonna take care of that. Not really sure why it is so curved. Let's see. Oh, and I'm not thinking. So they've already landed, and I'm pretty sure they've already landed in this shot. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the idea, is they land in this shot, so they're already on the ground in this shot, so I should not have Endi up in the air here. We have to leave a little room for amp as well. Let's take another look at this. Okay, I think that's gonna work for trajectory, so let's add in a little spin. See how many. This is like so not the way I would, by the way, I feel like I need to put a disclaimer in. Like if I were working on like a real like serious body mechanics animation in a studio, I would not be animating this way. This is not like a very like pro workflow. I'm kind of just like roughing in stuff. And I'm not using reference. So yeah, with that said, I'm just gonna add some random spins in here and see how it looks. I think that's going to work pretty well. Okay. So this is generally the kind of the trajectory and the number of spins I'm going to do. Now what I can do is I can go in and kind of put in some... I've kept it all linear so that everything is kind of spaced evenly. And I will also space the poses in. I'll block all the main poses in kind of just where they need to be along this line, and then I can, you know, adjust timing of things and then add the kind of slowing down to a stop and everything like that. So yeah, in general, I think the idea is tuck and roll, right? So you don't break all your limbs. So I'm going to try to just kind of tuck Endi in the initial pose, and then I'll see where if I want to have like an arm flail out or something at some point. Whoop. And yeah, so this is why gimbals matter. I think when I started this shot on the previous stream, I've spent a long time talking about gimbals, and I won't get into it a lot right now, but for instance, like having my gimbals set in my rotation order this way allows me to turn Endi, you know, as much as I want like this, but the other roll will remain going in the same direction. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it is changing. But that's the idea between gimbals anyway, is like, if I want the Y to stay a certain way, I can choose to do that. But at any rate, I like to switch my axis to gimbal view so that I can see how that's working. because otherwise there's no way of knowing. There's just no way. Oops. Ding. Welcome. This is the spa playlist, by the way. Thought it would be a nice Monday relaxation playlist. Okay, so it's working. Good. Trying to get better about my keyboard shortcuts for my panels here. So yeah, I think I'll keep kind of the ball in general until here. That's when Endi can start kind of unfolding to stop themselves with their hands. And so yeah, now it should just be a matter of kind of adjusting the roll so that that doesn't happen. I might extend the legs out as well too. Little animation history tidbit. The animators on Toy Story 1 did not have IK, which means for every time you watch Toy Story 1 and you see a character walking, they had to pose every moment of both legs of every step this way. Hip first, then knee, then foot, and just hope it looks smooth. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine? Okay, I see what's going on here. So that was supposed to be like that. Ah. By the way, I'm not worrying too much about, perfect contact or lack of contact with the ground because there's going to be grass here. The grass is tall enough probably to cover any of that, and I'll probably just universally raise everything up a little bit once this is kind of put in here. Okay, so now I've kind of got this first roll part roughed in, and I'll kind of put a pose in here to kind of be a better kind of splay out to stop. Splay out, stop, catch yourself. Who rigged these things? My God. Oh yeah, I did. All right. Never gets old, right? Fire the rigger. Okay. Oh, did I? Something happened with this arm. Did not get keyed? Perfect. Print it. Okay, so I've roughed in the the basically where the body is at the different times. Now I need to fix the timing. So Endi starts talking about here. I think I can extend everything a little bit, or at least the later part. Gonna try a little experiment here. Because I switched from FK to IK, I'm not sure if the FK controls are gonna get included. Looks like they are. Looks like everything is selected, so we should be good. FK and IK. So yeah, if I did my job right, all of the poses kind of all fall together on the same frames, and I can just kind of drag these around to do some retiming. So here's our little sit-up. I want to switch to IK as quickly as possible here. Basically on the next frame, I think. Even the arms I have blending, but I think even the arms I want to have switch in one frame. So 1038 is like the rest with FK. I want 1039 to be everything all IK. Which I think is currently 1050. And I'll have to correct that head issue, but that's easy. And then I don't fully know what all this stuff going on here is, but yeah, should be able to move 1050 to 1039. Delete these. It's a little bit of a jump, but I can probably fix that. And then the head, obviously. I'm not even going to worry about that little twitch in the leg. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have Endi sitting up by 1085. It's gonna be kind of a slow push up, I think. So let's try a full, well, almost a full second, 1060. A little bit of a pause, yeah, like because we're gonna have like a little bounce and settle right here, and then push up, and then yeah, so I should be able to just kind of retime all this bit here. Already stretching that bit out. It pretty much did the job. Let's just take a look. BRB. Enjoy your break. If anything, there's a little bit of a kind of a slow start to the roll, so I'll just maybe scooch all these. Oh, yeah, stuff's getting messed up. Oh, maybe it already was. Okay. Okay. Blender's acting up quite a bit. I might try to restart it because it's lagging a lot. Very, very laggy. Yep. I'm gonna save and restart. Yes, the magical turn it off and turn it on again. Did you try turning it on and off again? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so here's the deal. I've been using the scatter add-on for all this forest stuff. Apparently, there is some sort of problem with my files and scatter. And my job is to remember to never use any files that have the ship in them when I have scatter turned on. And I forgot. And I may have corrupted my file, which you don't find out until you save and reopen it. And so now we're going to have to test. I'm going to turn off scatter, restart Blender. Now I can try reopening my file. There's like a 50% chance it's going to crash. And if that happens, I'm going to have to rebuild the file by Frankensteining it together and hope that fixes it. We'll see. Moment of truth. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah. No, indeed. Yes, I went through this. I think there was probably a 2 or 3 week break from my streams because it took me forever to figure this out. I built a whole new shot pipeline setup. I mean, it was a big deal to get to the bottom of this, and the trade-off was scatter and the ship can never coexist in the same file. And I worked out a pipeline, and I've had no problems since then because I have had scatter turned off. But I turned it back on to render these forest shots, and I forgot to turn it back off again when I was done. And then I got back into the ship file, and now I'm paying the price. So the good news is Blender allows you to just grab pieces out of files, and luckily I haven't done anything special to the ship yet. I haven't animated it. So I'm just going to double check that scatter's turned off, and I should be able to rebuild it pretty painlessly. It'll probably just take 5 or 10 minutes. If I had a lot of ship animation or something, it might be a different story, but this should be fairly okay. So yeah, that's turned off. And so what I will do is I will go in and I'll just append things piece by piece, everything except the ship, basically. So, and then that should fix it, hopefully. No guarantees. And I spent like days trying to troubleshoot this with the people who make Scatter too, and they couldn't figure it out either. Their answer basically was, you made this ship asset like 3 versions of Blender ago, and you used all these add-ons, and there's a bunch of random corrupt data in the file, and it's just causing crashes with our system. Which is not a very good answer, but that's the answer I got. Yeah, there were many tears shed. It was a dark time. So yes, I'm gonna go in here and we're gonna just... We'll start by just trying to bring the characters in the camera. And then we'll close and reopen and see if it still works. And I can probably get by on just that. Let's see, camera. Uncheck localize all. I don't want to import everything. I want it to remain linked. Okay. This is a good sign. So far, so good. Turn that on. Okay, so now I'm going to save it and try reopening it before I go any further. Okay. All right, we're good. So now I'll try bringing the ship in. I'm going to do it this way. I usually can just drag it from the asset browser, but because this process with the ship is so weird, I'm gonna do it with these checked the way I want, because I feel like if I uncheck instance collections, then there's one less override I have to make, and I feel like the overrides are the things that might cause the crash. So yeah. All right. Now, I'll save up again, save a new version. And if this works, we should be in the clear. I'll just have to reset my frame range and stuff because I can't remember what that was. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna remember, but I have to remember because losing my file sucks. Because there's other things I have to fix now too. There's like the sound strip with the voiceover in it needs to be replaced, and I have to figure out what that offset is again, and I don't know exactly how to do that. And Yeah, figuring out the frame duration, blah, blah, blah. Also, I lost my temp markers. I could probably bring those back in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So now I have my mocap armatures in here and my markers. Going to get a haircut. Have a good rest of your stream. Thanks, Let Us Dance. Have a good haircut. I hope it comes out perfectly for you. Have a great evening. Thanks for hanging out. All right, so yeah. Crisis is averted. Put the file back together. I have to figure out my frame range again. So 243 frames. So the other thing to do is add my sound back in. And then I have to figure out what the time offset is. This is the whole episode right here. I'll try opening another file because this will help me determine what the offset needs to be. And hopefully I didn't corrupt this one too. About to find out. Yes, 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 thank God. Okay. So, to determine the offset, this one doesn't even have the sound in it. Huh. Okay, I'll try a different shot. This one might not have it either, but let's find out. Yeah, it won't. Gonna go into a later shot that was auto-generated by my script. Okay, this is shot 240, which I haven't started yet. There it is. Okay. So the way this works is this script looked at my spreadsheet that kind of has my whole edit in it with all the time code, and then determines the sound offset based on that, and it works. So all I have to do is figure out how that's being generated. It should be pretty straightforward. Shot 240 is source in 102.0822. Should be straightforward, but it is not. 102.0822. There it is. Okay, 20822. So the strip offset I think is, I think this should work. So okay, so minus 2861 for start, and then the strip offset should match that thingy. So what did I just say? Minus 2861. And then the strip offset should be 2603. Oh, but I think I have to trim it first. It's lovely, isn't it? seizure warning. Okay, so there's 2603. I think that is the beginning of my sound. So yep. All right. And it looks like I had amps dialog muted when I exported my last VO, but it can always be fixed. So yay, the file's put back together. Everything is in place and it is the right length. All right, that was quite a detour. If you stuck around for that, then thanks for going on that little journey. The moral of the story is, I guess, careful with using scatter. Because it can seriously mess some shit up. Like, there isn't even actually any scatter stuff in this file. There wasn't in the old version either. There was no scatter system. It just, for some reason, having it even turned on in the same scene while I have a scene with the ship in it is just a recipe for a corrupted file. Doesn't make any sense to me, but... And I spent days trying to clean the ship file out so that I could get rid of anything that might be causing it. I re-imported everything basically piece by piece and deleted all the superfluous data and all that, but it made no difference. So I honestly have no clue what causes it. At any rate, it is performing much faster now, I think. Yeah, things are much better now. So I can work again. So the idea is, once these are all switched to IK, I can kind of move the spine around and stuff, and the hands and feet will kind of stay planted. So this way I can add in my kind of residual like that. I'll have to also snap the head, looks like. And this still probably requires some counter animation, but... get a strange little nudge every time I do that. Okay, that's close enough. I'll probably end up just doing kind of a continuous motion anyway. In fact, I'm gonna just try snapping the head back to free for the whole thing. Oh, we definitely getting gimbal lock here. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. So I can keep it like this, but I just have to make sure, since I'm using motion blur, I can't have a like a flip out in between the two frames here. So to do that, go to subframes, and sure enough, yeah, that's not gonna work because this all happens between the two frames, and what we'll end up with is this crazy like single frame of motion blur that's like super wacky, and like the head will just be a huge blur for one frame. So that's not gonna work. It looks like the best course of action is to leave the head in the locked setting and animate the whole shot that way. The drawback is I have to counter animate the head once Endi is kind of settled here, which is a drag, but it is not the end of the world. really only going to do like one extra pose and just bounce between this and that and back again, so it's fine. So yeah, to animate this settle, I'll just put one, kind of put one in the middle here. You're back? Did you already get your haircut? That was so fast. Did that or I've like lost track of time. I guess that did take a while, didn't it? I've been messing around with this file stuff for I guess over half an hour now. Oh, or I was an hour too early for the appointment. I hope you didn't have to go far to find that out. Oh, they're across the street. That's good. Okay, I think that'll work for... It's like a weird tilt back here. Maybe I can make that a little better. Nah, it's just that counter animation sucks. Counter animating sucks. Basically, I need the splines to match, and then it'll line up. It's probably passable. Just have to get rid of that. There's kind of like a pause there, so I want to basically get get that out of there. Try some trickery here. See if this works. Not great. I mean, it's easy enough to get the body roll to settle the way I want, but the question is, can I get the head? Can I do it in a way where the head can be counter-animated without making my brain explode? That is the question. It's not so bad. It's not great, but that might work. Hey, making some progress. Okay. If I really want to get fancy, I can have the head bounce back a little bit. Other way, I guess. Maybe? Yeah. Weird. Yeah, this is why I try to avoid counter animation. It's super weird. Oink. You know what? Forget it. Uh, oh, I guess I have to check my... I have to check my subframes here too. Anywhere you do an IKFK switch, you have to check your subframes. And I'm not looking forward to it. Ah. Nice. It's fine. Sometimes we get like weird stuff happening like it was with the head, but dodged a bullet there. feel like there's a strange kind of wobble in the speed here. Take another look at that. Before I go in and do that though, I think I'll just save in case I break everything. But in general, the idea is now I should be able to get rid of all these superfluous keys here in the overall roll and smooth it all out. Still a little bit of correction I have to do to the head right there, but otherwise I think it'll work. If I'm lucky, I can match these two curves and things will generally look okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've got the kind of the roll and the settle roughed in. I'll fix this head thing here. This is super wacky. I feel like looking at the number of, or the time I've been working on this on the stream, and I'm at 2.5 hours. I've probably been working for about 2 hours on the actual animation, thanks to that crazy problem in my my preamble and everything. So I do think I am going to use the mocap for amp, because this is still nowhere near done. I think I need at least another couple hours on Endi before Endi's done. So yeah, we're looking at probably 4 to 5 hours of animation on Endi, I'm guessing, by the time all is said and done. So yeah, in the interest of not spending another 4 or 5 hours on amp, I'll probably use the mocap. Okay, position. So the Y is up and down, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, good. Probably want to leave that the way it is, since I've already counter animated everything else to compensate. But all this I will get rid of. Should help smooth things out. Yeah, much better. There is a little bit of, I feel like the spinning kind of speeds up, or maybe it just feels like it because the arms fling out. Let's see. Trajectory's fine. It's not that, it's just something spinning. I think it's the way I have the spine animated here. Might be all this. Let's try deleting it. Didn't help a lot, but it helped a little bit. Try the same thing with this part of the spine as well. That's probably it. Maybe? It's that right there. It's like a weird. No keys on this. Could be this, but I doubt it. Nope. Okay, I think it's something to do with that. trying to kind of ignore the head at the moment just to look at the torso. It's really difficult. I haven't set these rigs up so that you can hide body parts, but that would be what I'd be doing right now, just to look at the torso to see if it's rolling smoothly. And I think it is. But yeah, deleting all that changes a bunch of stuff, and I have to redo. Do you think that's better? Okay. Just go in and I'll adjust those neck keys that I just put in. And hopefully we'll be able to leave it there. A little bounce in there. I thought maybe having the head bounce would be nice, but it's a little much. Okay. Whew. Oh my lord. Okay. So that's a thing. The next step would be to go in and kind of refine what the arms and legs are doing a little, maybe. Not much, because I'm not going super detailed and refined with this animation. If I were, I would do a whole pass on the arms and legs to really make them look nice and stuff. But I'll just do like a quick one, and then it'll be, because the main point of the shot excuse me, the main point of the shot is that now Endi lands and then looks and sees, my board is broken and this arm is coming up here, is going to be holding the board and kind of like picking a piece of it up and dropping it and pushing up with the other arms. So these arms need to be animated a lot more here. And of course, now the boards have to come in as well, so I can get that figured out. But yeah, that's there's still quite a bit to do on Endi here. And then of course the animation for the second half of the shot. I'm using mocap for the face, but there's no other body animation. So that'll need to be put in. The amp is talking for that second part. But anyway, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, and I don't know if you can hear that, but the gardeners are here. They're mowing the lawn. So if you hear that noise, then pardon the noise. All the more reason I should probably call it. So yeah, on the next stream, hopefully I will be done with this animation. I'll probably finish it, or try to get at least finished with Endi tonight, and who knows how far I'll get. But yeah, I definitely need a decent length break, because that was a tricky one. Yeah, so it was great to see you again. Let Us Dance. Thanks for hanging out again. And going on with me on the journey as always. And same to you, Dr. Cordy, if you're still here. And to anyone who watches the replay, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay away from scatter. At least if you're doing really complex scenes, is the moral of the stream. So yeah, have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you next time. Bye.